CoinsKid Crew YouTube, welcome back. We're going to delve into Q&T token, starting off on the 3-day chart. I am anticipating a retest of this 160 support area. We found resistance here back in February of this year. We tested it once here, came for a retest here, traded underneath it for the majority of the year. We broke above it. We did have a take profit area, if you guys recall, about a month ago now here. We did reject off there, but we eventually broke out, and I do think we retest this area as support now at about 160. So that is the area where I will be looking to go long Q&T token. Before we do eventually go back up and retest this high here at about 220, 225. So heading over onto a slightly more complicated chart here. This is Q&T against BUSD on the daily. And we've got this trend line here, also this one here. We had the parallel channel, the diamond shape that we were trading in. We broke out of that. We came up and nearly got close to the top of this parallel channel and rejected off there. And we're now holding above the 21 EMA on the daily. We found support here, but we're kind of trapped in between the 8 MA and the 21 EMA. But I do think we eventually break to the downside here, and well, on the BUSD chart, we've got 150, but we could probably pop that up a little bit. So yeah, 155 to 160, I like to place along in that area. Yeah, I do think we eventually rally. It's just that Q&T pumped quite a bit this month, and it's definitely due for this retrace. And I think this continues for a little while longer. Now heading over onto the 4-hour chart. As you can see here, we had the 5-wave impulse move to the upside. And now we're just correcting here. And on this 4-hour chart, the 100 EMA is currently support. But we're looking vulnerable here. You know, I do think we we do drop down and come down to 160. We found resistance here at 160, so yeah, there's a good chance that we've already actually come down here to 158, rallied back up, but we'll retest this area again before continuing higher. Now over to the Fibonacci, we've got this impulse move down. We've come back up, retraced, found resistance in the golden pocket area, and as you can see, it's looking like it wants to retest this area again at 158, and that lines up perfectly with the support lines that I showed you just before. And the cloud pretty much says the same thing. Yeah, we got the support here, and we could potentially just trade sideways here for a while until we reach the cloud before rallying up. So yeah, I think, you know, a couple of weeks of sideways action, you know, we'll find support around 160, and then we'll continue higher. And finally, the long-term chart of Q&T. If you're a hodler, as you can see, the bull market is still perfectly intact, and we are on track for $1,000 per Q&T token. I think that'll occur in the next 12, 18, 24 months. As long as this bull trend stays intact. And as you know, even if we do continue in a bear market with crypto, QNT, it's irrelevant to QNT. So yeah, I guess the super key level here is the 200 EMA on the weekly, which is currently at around 62. But yeah, I mean, chances of us coming back down to 62 pretty unlikely at the moment. So as you can see, the stochastic RSI here, it's definitely overbought. It's coming down to reset a little bit. So, and also on the MACD, we've got a bear cross here. So, yeah, bit of sideways action here for QNT. Personally, wouldn't really want to be trading it right now. I'd just be waiting for 160 QNT and placing spot trades long. I wouldn't be going long with leverage on QNT. I don't think you actually, or maybe you can now. I'm not sure. I think futures have been introduced on Binance, but I wouldn't recommend too much leverage with QNT. It's a pretty wild token. 3x is perfect amount. So, but I think yeah, even 3x might be a bit too much. Once we get to 160, I'd recommend just buying spot bags with zero leverage. So yeah, that's my analysis on QNT. I hope you enjoyed the video.